go. Here we go. It's recording now.
Oh, you forgot to record yourself. Oh.
That's okay. There you go. We're recording now.
Well, again, thank you guys for coming tonight. Such a special time for me when I get to have my best friend in the house. Woo woo, Tiffany Buffton. And for me, you know, as a friendship, that's the most important part that I get to have with Tiffany, but more importantly, that I get to have her as my mentor, as my coach. Just a little bit about me, for those of you who don't know, I've been doing Arbonne now for 6 years. I'm a teacher by trade, which fits perfectly for a business like this because that's what we do. We just teach and train people to do what we do. And we educate people on our amazing products, and we turn an expense into an income. So I love that I'm able to do that now full time. I was able to stop teaching after doing Arbonne for just a year and a half. But backtrack 12 years ago, Tiffany brought this business opportunity to me 12 years ago. And I wasn't a big fat no, absolutely not. But here's what I will do. I will support you by buying the products. And back then it was RSVPs. And I remember I bought I'm like, okay, set me up. Let me do the RSVP. And I kind of dabbled in it a little bit. And at the time I was living in Los Angeles and I was a stay-at-home mom. I'm like, you know, I don't know. I'll try this thing. I'll see if it works. And what I didn't do is I didn't really put the effort in. I thought, oh, these people are just going to come to me and I'm just going to share the product and I'm not going to actually look for people. I'm going to be an undercover Arbonne agent and I'm just going to sell product. And so that's why it didn't necessarily work for me, but I continued to use the product. And so then fast forward 6 years, we moved up here and I was teaching and my job was cut by 60%. So as a teacher, teachers in the house, anybody? Teacher? We have speech therapists and whatnot. So as a teacher, we don't make a whole lot of money to begin with. That's not why we go into teaching. We go into teaching because we love, it's part of our heart. It's part of our nature is just want to be with children. So to cut my income by 60% was like, holy cow, dual family income. So I knew at the time I needed to supplement my income with something. And then walked in Tiffany into my, I shouldn't say walked in, but kind of reappeared as this angel, if you will. And it was like, hey, Trace, we went on a girls' weekend and our birthdays are exactly 1 week apart to the day. And she said, let's have a girls' weekend. And I flew up to Colorado and she picked me up in her white Mercedes. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? White Mercedes, go to her home. And her husband at the time was there. And she's like, yeah, he's a stay-at-home dad now. He kind of takes care of the kids and I get to go do my business and work my business. I'm like, this looks kind of cool. So we drove up to her second home in Vail that weekend and she was on the phone a few times, just kind of chit-chatting a little bit. And she's like, I do remember we stopped at a Starbucks and you're like, I just got to take this one call. And I was like, okay, cool. I ran into the bathroom and I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. She's like this business person and she's on this call and you know, it's like she's important. Here's me as a little teacher. I'm like, oh, this little, you know, kindergartner needs me to go to the bathroom. And here she's like, I gotta take this call. And that weekend we just had a blast. And I also remember specifically using the entire C-Source line. We went out one night. Do you remember doing this? And maybe had a little too much to drink the night before. And so that next day, she's like, okay, we're going to do the hair mask. We did the face mask. We laid out, we took naps with the hair mask and the face mask on. And then we detoxed with the detox bath salts. And we were like, let's do that. Let's go out. We were ready to go out again that night. And I was like, whoa, these products, I only used every night at the time. Like, wow, these products are amazing. But more importantly, I think I remember sitting on the couch again, all these things come back to me. I remember sitting on the couch asking you, do you think I could do this? And you're absolutely, why would you not do this? And you know, she kind of put me through my scenario of what I was going through. You have time now, you have more time to do this business. You have so many opportunities to share this with your parents, with those people that you know. Your kids are both in sports. All you have to do is talk about it and share these products. So I came home and I started my business 2 months later. I think I started it maybe 3 months later, December. And the rest is history. I promoted district in 2 months, area in 6 months, and then region in 3 years. And now we're on our way to nation. So super excited to just to be on this journey. And it's life changer. And now where my life is right now, I wouldn't be able to be where I am without this business. And that's why I tell people, just don't quit. This can change your life, whether through the products or the business, but the best thing we have is the business. And with that, Tiffany's going to share the business part with all of us. So thank you guys for being here. And more importantly, thanks Tiff for being here. So yay.
Yay. I'm glad she said yes. So how many guests are here? Who's a guest tonight? Awesome. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to talk to you guys then. It's just this side of the room. Not that I don't love you all, but they're all over on this side. Hi, Teresa. I like that bed and that pillow. Yeah. She strategically places the Arbonne hat. I'm in this little box in the corner. Well, I'm so glad I get to be here with you guys. I just flew in today, and you are in such a great place, such a wonderful, wonderful place with this business, because your timing is just spot on. So I started my business 12 years ago with Arbonne, and I have never regretted a single day that I've been doing this. The ride is so sweet. And one of the things that made it so sweet when I started was there was something that was launched, and it was called Nutriment-C RE9. Actually, back then, that's what it was called. Now we're RE9 Advanced. Back then, it was called Nutriment-C RE9. And it had just hit the market. And if you guys know anything about a hot product that hits a hot marketplace, it kind of goes like this, right? So I came into Arbonne when we were launching our bread and butter. And I jumped in, and I said yes, I went, and my business went with the growth of the company. The exact same thing is happening now. We just launched this Ultra, the Genius Ultra. It's amazing. It's so amazing. And it's revolutionizing essentially skincare. It's revolutionizing skin. It has ultrasound technology, and this stuff is like not even, you can't get it on the market. We have something that everybody wants, they cannot get, and they're hungry for it. So this is the time to grow your business. This is the time, yet again, just like when they launched Nutriment-C RE9, where you want to come in and you want to go. What I did when I started my business, I said yes, I signed up, I started to talk to people about this business. Everybody wanted what I was telling them about. My business grew because it was so hot. Right now, it's so hot. So if you're sitting around thinking about joining Arbonne, if you're thinking about doing something with this business, my best tip, start now, go big, decide to get in and talk to everyone. We were just having a little chat over here a few minutes ago, and I was talking to manager in my team, and I said, I'm just wondering if you've put together the math in your head. Because do you guys realize that if you just sponsor one person who really wants this business, who gets in and who goes to the top of this company, you have created such incredible leverage to where if you were to do nothing at all, you would probably make more money than you're bringing home into your household right now. If you were to sponsor 2 people to jump in and go to the top of this business, do you realize that your paycheck at that time would probably be triple of anything you have ever yet dreamed of in your life? This business is so powerful because it's built on the concept of a team. So if you're saying to yourself, I don't know anyone, that's what I used to say. I thought, I don't know anyone, I know nothing about sales, I have 0 sales background, I really don't know much about skincare, I just know I like to buy the stuff, but I didn't really get Arbonne. It's okay. You can be right where you are, but all you have to do is talk to enough people about this to get everybody else fired up about this. And you guys, that's your team. People want what we have, but are you asking people to join you? Are you talking to enough people? Sometimes we get excited because we talk to 2 people. And we think, oh, that's wonderful. I talked to 2 people this month. I sponsored 2. No, you guys, you need to be sponsoring 2 a day. So can you talk to people about this business frequently enough to where you accrue the numbers to where you can be successful? You have to talk to a lot of people. A lot of people will say no. Do you know why I'm an executive national in this company? I've heard the word no a ton, like a lot, like more than you can imagine. And they weren't nice no's. They were kind of like the nose and the eye rolls and the turning of the back and walking away. It didn't feel very good. And I was okay with that. And the reason why I was okay with that was because I knew that that was part of what I had to go through. And the struggles, all of those things were things that I had heard other people had gone through, and I had to go through them too. There's no shortcut, right? I knew it was going to come my way as well, but eventually if I kept going, I too would make it to the top. So, you know what you have to make it in this business? You have to have a few things. Number one, an unstoppable work ethic. And number two, a huge dream in your heart that things can be different for you and for those you love. And talk to those you love about this business. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to everyone. I call it the 3-foot rule. If you're within 3 feet of me, you're going to hear about Arbonne. So that means grocery store. That means school pickup line. That means sporting events. That means everything. Tell everybody about your business. Why would you not? This is something that people want. This is the best secret in town if you keep it a secret, or it's going to be the best business for you if you tell people about it. But are you opening your mouth and telling people? You've got to say, I've got something. It's so amazing. I love it. And I'd love to get your feedback on it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Would you come and tell me what you think? Would you come and take a peek and hear about this incredible business? And would you let me know what you think about it? Would you try some products? Would you try them? I love them, but who cares what I think? I want to know what you think. Would you try them and would you come and tell me about them? Could I call you in like 2 days and get your feedback? Okay, what time is good for you? Get their number, call them. You guys, this business is about giving it away. It's about giving it away to people. You don't have to sell. You don't have to try so hard. Just give it away. Think of it as giving a gift. Is it hard to give someone a gift? Do you feel like you're doing something to someone when you're giving them a gift? Does it make you feel guilty? Is it uncomfortable? No, none of these things, right? You are giving away a gift. If someone says yes, fantastic. And who would say no? Have you ever said no to a gift that was given to you? So hand them a sample pack and treat it like a gift. I'm giving you this because I really, really, really love this myself, and I'm giving it to you. Would you let me know what you think? Boom. You guys, I did that over and over and over and over again for years. And that's how you grow a multi-million-dollar business with Arbonne. So let me tell you just a little bit about how I got started in Arbonne, what I heard and what resonated with me. I heard 2 questions, and the first one went like this. If time and money were not an issue in your life, what would you love to be doing? Time and money. So you have all the time in the world, and you have all the money in the world to do whatever you would like. What does that look like for you? When I first started, I thought, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. Maybe you're sitting here thinking, I have no idea. So my second question is, what are your dreams? That's why I had no idea, because I had stopped dreaming. So when we're little kids, we dream a lot. We think of what we want to be when we grow up. We have this vision of life. We get all excited about it. And then it stops. And do you know why it stops? Because this word realistic comes up. And people start saying, oh, that's not realistic. Oh, that's very unrealistic of you. Oh, you might not be able to accomplish. I don't know. So you hear the doubt. And my question is, what has being realistic cost you? Because it can cost you your dreams. It can cost you your future. It can cost you everything. I choose to not be realistic. I choose to be very unrealistic because it's my life today. And it's the life of every top leader in Arbonne. It is an amazing ride in this business, but you've got to get in and you've got to work hard. And you guys, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you. It's a lot in the beginning. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of no. It's a lot of, oh my gosh, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I've been there. I get it. I know what it feels like. And I'm telling you right now, don't you dare stop, because the next big ace is right around the corner. And it's really frustrating sometimes. And do you know when it's frustrating the most? When you're over giving to underproducing consultants. You are frustrated in this business when you are overgiving to underproducing consultants. So go get a new team. If you can't change your team, change your team. Just go bring on new people. You guys, if you sponsor people who want to go to the top of this business with you, do you know how fun that is? Do you know how amazing it is to partner with people who really, really want to do this business like you want to do this business? That's exciting. That's fun. That's business. It is draining as all get out to try to drag your team to the finish line, isn't it? Some of you know what I'm talking about. So let's not do that. Let's just go sponsor new people, fresh energy, guests in the room. Do you know why you're invited here tonight? You're invited here because I didn't say bring the biggest losers you know. I said bring the greatest people you know. Bring the coolest people. Bring the movers and shakers. Bring the people you want on your team, the ones you want in your organization, the ones who are going to fill you up, you want to travel with. Some of you are laughing. You're like, well, I don't know if she's that great. Like, I invited her, but, you know, I mean, she's kind of okay. No, you are here because someone sees something amazing in you. And that's a true compliment. So when we invite people to take a peek at Arbonne, we invite them under that pretense. It's the pretense of, listen, I think you're pretty cool. And I love what I'm doing. And you just might really love this too. So come take a peek. No strings attached. Just take a peek. But I will tell you something. Like Tracy said, when I first talked to her about Arbonne 12 years ago, and she said no, she was like rolling her eyes at me. I was like, okay, fine. The one regret most people have in this business is that they don't start sooner. I have yet to hear from anyone in Arbonne, oh, I'm so glad I waited. So go ahead and get in and get going. You're not going to want to wait. Why delay your success? Why wait one more second to be successful in your life? And here's the big piece. Why wait one more second to offer to change someone else's life, to help them be successful, to be a huge yes for a friend or for a family member or for someone you know or for someone whom you don't know? How cool is it going to be when somebody calls you 10 years from now and says, thank you so much for saying yes. Thank you so much for not quitting on this business. I got a Facebook post on my Facebook wall today from ENVP Mary Wright. Executive National Vice President is the top level in Arbonne. Mary is someone in my organization who has reached that level. I help teach and train her, and I can take zero credit for it. This woman is a rock star. She got it, she went, and she's one of the top income earners in this business today. I was asked to speak at her meeting in Denver last night, and she wrote on my Facebook page, thank you so much for starting 12 years ago. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for not quitting. Thank you. I mean, her little post to me was so cute. I just read it right now. I haven't even had a chance to respond. But that's why I do what I do. That's why this business is so incredibly amazing, because you're going to change lives. You start this business and you don't really know why. You might like the products. You might want a little glass of wine. You might want a little girls' night out. I don't know. I mean, we start things for all different kinds of reasons, you know. You guys ever started something and quit? Why'd you start? I don't know. It just sounded like fun at the time. Okay, so with Arbonne, go ahead and start, but do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. Don't ever quit. The only way you get fired in Arbonne is if you quit. You do not have a boss. You don't have set hours. No one is ever going to fire you. You guys could walk around with a big sign with a white Mercedes-Benz on the front. Now hiring. Do you know anybody out of work? Now hiring, right here. Come join me. Do this with me. This is your own business. You are an entrepreneur. And that is your good news and that is your bad news, because as an entrepreneur, you've got to be able to pick yourself up day in and day out and get in the game. It's the hardest thing you're ever going to do, I promise. Have you ever had a bad day? But you had to go to work at 9. You had to show up because you had to be there. See, in Arbonne, you don't have to. So it's an easy out if you want it to be an easy out. You've got to dig deep. You've got to say, every day I'm committing to my business because I'm committed to my personal success and the success of others. I will be the example. I will show how it's done. I'm going to earn that white Mercedes and so much more. Get out of my way. When you have that mentality and when you decide that you're in like that, you're unstoppable. That's when you're going to be standing up here in front of a little computer with Teresa bounce around her hotel room, wherever she went. And that's when you, that's when the significance sets in. I started this business and I didn't get it. I'd never taken a business course. Didn't think I ever was interested in owning my own business. I was a professional model. I was a news anchor woman. I did those things before I had babies, and I quit to be home with my kids. And this was the last thing on the planet that, number one, I ever thought I would do. And number two, ever thought I could do. I thought this business was for someone who was completely different than me. I didn't understand how this worked. And I sure didn't understand how to build teams. I'm terrible with numbers. I'm really lousy with anything technical. Like even the fact we're like doing this, I'm like, there's a computer and Teresa's in a hotel room somewhere. I'm like, I don't even know how I'm in the box. And I wouldn't even know where to begin with this stuff. I love it. I think it's fabulous. But the thing is, you don't have to know all that stuff. So if you're worried about having to do all those things or know all those things, you don't have to, because I guarantee you there will be some 20-year-old young buck who comes along and is like, I got this. 2 seconds later, you are hooked up. Did you notice Tracy also did not do this? Right? We went to college together. We're the same age. This is kind of, we just missed it, right? At 47, if you're like in your 30s, you kind of got it. But at our age, we missed it. That's okay. You guys don't need to be good at all that stuff. You just need to be good at loving on people, making friends, sharing something amazing that you really, really love. If you can do that, you can make it to the top of Arbonne. So let me ask you a question. Why not now? Why not today? How about you turn over the page and you start fresh and you just hit do-over? I'm going to relaunch my business right now. I'm going to go for it right now. I'm going to get in. I'm going to get in with both feet. I'm going to go for it. There's so many people who just earned that amazing trip to the Atlantis resort. We're going to the Bahamas this year. And oh my word, I mean, yeah, awesome, right? Everybody's like, yes. If you guys never been to that resort, it's unbelievable. It's gorgeous. And everybody's going to have so much fun. I love the benefits that come with this business. And those trips are it's just one little perk, but we've got incredible tax deductions. I'm not an accountant, but I will tell you what, talk to your accountant about them, because the deductions that you get when you start your own business are absolutely amazing. I've talked to you just a little bit about the time leveraging aspect. You don't have to work 9 to 5. You don't have a boss. I think that's pretty incredible. I love doing what I'm doing, and I love not having to report to someone. My son just graduated high school, and he's going to the University of Maine. We live in Colorado. Maine is not close. So we're here. He's going there. And it's all good. It's all really good. I'm so excited for him. It was his first choice when he viewed colleges, and on a wing and a prayer, he got in. Thank you, God. And we're so excited. And like out of my mind excited. In fact, I was here, you guys, we were doing our day training when I found out he got accepted. Some of you were with me in that moment as I was crying and jumping up and down. I was so excited. And, for many people, that notion of sending your child away to a college out of state might be out of reach. And I've been putting money away for my son's college for years because of Arbonne. So I get to be a big yes for my son. I didn't even have to think about the monetary aspect of any of it. I said, if that's where you want to go, and if he can get in, you can go. And as soon as he got in, he can go. And I told him that with anywhere. It was a dream. It's what he went after. And so I love being in a position, because I said yes to Arbonne, to where I can support my children. So you get to be a big yes for all kinds of things in your life. But it's not going to happen unless you get committed. It's not going to happen until you say yes first and you sign up and you get going. You've got to fill your calendar. Is it hard to do? Yep. Guys, hey, they're giving away white Mercedes, not white Schwinn's. This is something that's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal. And top income earners in Arbonne make more than top CEOs of huge corporations. It's publicly posted. I see what they make. I know what ENVPs and Arbonne make, also posted. Guys, we make more. Top income earners in Arbonne are in a very, very sweet spot. You want to be there. And to get there, you've got to get in. You've got to follow a very simple system. This is not rocket science. This is not hard. You just have to be consistent, and you've got to never, never, never quit. So, can you do that? Can you still be standing 10 years from now? Can you decide that you're getting in and you're staying in and you're not going to quit? Okay, awesome. Then I'll see you at the top. So I want to say thanks for having me. And Trace, are you ready to come back up here? Or you want me to keep going? Oh. I've chatted enough, and then I see her over there hugging people. I'm like, oh, I got it. So thank you guys so much. I'm so happy that I got to come and share with you a little bit. I mean, you saw me glance down at my notes 2 times at this point. Not a whole lot I have to make up. I can just speak from the heart. I can just tell you how it is and how my life is. And I will tell you this. One thing I know for sure. You will never, ever regret doing this business. I've only heard people say, I regret not starting when you first told me about it. I have yet in my 12 years to ever hear someone say, I am so sorry I started when you first told me, when I first heard about it. So just go ahead and start. Go ahead and sign up. Go ahead and get going. Go ahead and go for it and have a ton of fun. Guys, this is just loads of fun. And I promise you, if you're still standing a decade from now, you're going to be up here in front of the room. Give me 10 years and oh boy, Arbonne's going to give you the world. So thanks so much for having me, you guys. I'm proud of all of you. You're awesome. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I just wanted to do a really quick a recognition for a good friend of mine that I actually just recently met. I should say good friend. She's now a good friend because she's in Arbonne. But that's the beautiful thing is you meet so many wonderful people through this business. And so I recently met Sherry Turner, and she lives down in Malibu. And she wanted me to recognize her new district manager. So come on up, Debbie. And she just went district. So that's a huge key for you. So this is for you. And this is just a little something. Stand in there. Maybe Sherry will see us. Right?
Where is she?
I don't know if she's logged in, but if she does. So congratulations. You've only been doing this for 2 months.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And she lives in Auburn, so she's going to be plugging in. Again, that's the beautiful thing is that you have people from all over and you can just plug them in wherever. So.
And everybody that I've met is super, super supportive. And they're there. You know, you always want to surround yourself with people that that impress you and motivate you. And those are the people you want on your team. And so, like you said, just talk to everybody. I mean, I'm already in sales, so for me, this is easy.
Tell us how you got started.
I had 2 friends, my sister in Southern California, and another friend had done the 30-day challenge. And I'd actually tried Arbonne years ago and loved the skincare, but never really got into the business aspect of it. And they kept raving about this 30-day challenge. And I was like, well, I got nothing to lose. I could lose a few pounds. And so I tried it, and I was just amazed at the product because I had been kind of trying everything, and it works. And this is what I'm sharing with everybody. So everybody has Facebook pages. If you have LinkedIn pages, this is all places that you can connect with people. So, and then just let everybody, you know, hold your hand and guide you.
Right. And that's the beautiful part, really, is you just lock arms with people, and
we're all here to help each other and serve each other and make each other successful. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Hey, thank you.
There was something else I was going to do, and I forgot. But with that, Anna, do you want to come on? Let's do a raffle. Do you want to grab the bowl? We have a few raffles. Oh, I give Cecily one really quickly. She just walked in. She's like, what? She goes, what am I here for? She goes, I didn't know. I'm like, oh, I totally thought you knew. And yeah, she's like, okay. Okay. So let's do, the first one we'll do is an Arbonne product. And the last 3 digits are 586. Is that right? Ask Tiana.
Yeah, 586.
586. See, you walked it. You came towards me. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Well, I know you love the product, so you're a winner now. Okay. 584.
Oh, here I am.
Yay! How are you?
I'm great.
Good to see you. Okay, last one. So if you're a guest and you get picked, this is a half-hour coaching call with Tiff. So if you're a guest, it obviously means that you need to jump in the business because you get a coaching call. Or maybe you want to hand it off to your the consultant that brought you. But I wouldn't. 569.
But I would.
Yay! It's Tanya. Yay! I saw this look at her. She's like, yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay, Anna. Anna's going to come up and do a little close for us. I'm just keeping space right now for the screen until you come up.
Okay, so I know where I need to stand.
You can see yourself in the corner.
Where did Miss Teresa go?
Who knows? Maybe we don't want to know.
I know, right?
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
She said, I'm still here. Hey, Teresa.
I'm not. I'm on my mobile now, so.
Okay, gotcha,
And-
gotcha.
Sorry.
That's okay. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good time.
Mhm.
Well, my name's Anna Lester. I'm an Arbonne independent consultant, and love it. Love it, love it, love it. Wouldn't change it for the world. My why is my family. My baby girl's sitting right here. I call her my baby girl, but she's 27 years old. But that's 1/4 of my why. And every day that I don't feel like giving up to do this business, I look at that face and I look at my husband and my boys, and that tells me, no, get up off your butt and get moving. So for me, there's no back door. My back door is shut. I will be a national vice president. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or questions about that. So that is where I'm going. And when Tracy opened up what we were able to help her out with, and she put her, what was that thing that you called it? It's a really cool sign up things, right? So I jumped in and I signed on. And I'm like, okay, I'm all over that. I'll do the close. And my heart started pounding. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? Because I still get nervous talking in front of people. But if it makes you nervous, that means you're growing, and that means you need to keep doing it, because I'm going to be doing this often. So I have to get myself prepared and be ready. So I was sitting there thinking, God, now it feels like I have eaten a whole ball of cotton because my mouth is so dry because it makes me nervous, but that's okay. And so my call to action and close is, decide today what you're going to do different when you leave here tonight. Tiffany said it best, the world steps aside for the person who knows where they're going. When you have a decided heart and when you know where you're going, nobody can tell you anything different. It's never going to be, you can't do that. It is whatever you think, that is you. I'm on my way somewhere, get out of my way, and everything parts for you. It's like the Red Sea, opens up and parts for you. So don't think that because you've had a bad day or something bad has happened that you're not supposed to be doing this business. That's when things are getting ready to turn around for you. So please don't think that it's not for me, this is not working. You just have obstacles to go to, and trust me, you'll be able to help somebody else who's going through those same obstacles that you're going through. You can't train someone if you haven't been there to tell them, no, that happened to me, don't worry about it, it'll be great, you'll be fine. We have the best of the best product, best people, best compensation plan. I mean, I adore Tiffany, love her so much. And one of the things you guys have to know is I am not even part of her nation. So they have nothing to gain from me from doing anything. This is how we lock arms. This is how we are sideline sisters. This is how we support one another. They have nothing to gain from me being here. It's just someone helping me grow myself and grow my business. So please don't think that I don't know enough people or my upline is out of the area. All of my upline is in Oklahoma. I don't have anyone here. I'm the only California girl here, but I have my sisters here that, help me every day, which is just outstanding. For me, that's outstanding because I do work in corporate America, and I do know how it's, kind of what you call kind of shady and cliquish and all of those things that happen where you think that people have your back, and all of a sudden you find out that you got people chit-chatting all over the place about you, and you're working as hard as you can and you still don't get anywhere. It's that whole, you look back 5 years, what happened in that 5 years that changed your life? Arbonne, I can tell you things have totally changed a lot for me, but being in corporate America, it's like you're killing yourself to beg for a raise. And typically you don't get that, but especially if your boss is like, well, I didn't get a raise, so nobody's getting a raise. How does that work? Really? Okay, thank you very much. So I always say, how dare we not share this gift? It is a gift. It is a gift that you want to give away to everybody that you know. And just like you said, if you give somebody a gift, why would they not take it? If I walked up to you and said, oh my God, I love you so much, take this, would you not take it? Why would you not take it? Why would you not open it? Why would you not even give it a shot just to see? What's the worst thing that can happen? You got all these great products. Okay, if you don't like it, if it's not for you, you got great skin, you look beautiful, you're glowing, right? So nothing can be worse than not giving it a try, because you will never know, and you don't want to live with that regret of what if I had, shoulda, coulda, woulda. For our guests, we offer this gift because we see something in you. It's not that we just are trying to get you on our team, but we see something in you and we know that this will change your life. So don't think it's just about us getting people on our team. It's about sharing something that we love and changing your life. So always remember that no matter what. This is my interactive portion because I thought, well, I don't want people to get too like, okay, what is she going to say? Get her down from there. We don't have a whole lot of time. But this is my interaction. Hopefully you guys have a pen on you, because I like to make sure that people are fully focused and we're doing stuff. And so what I want you to do, it's going to be very simple. It's not going to be a whole big old thing. Is I want you to put today's date on the card, the top of the card. And then under that, I want you to put down, I now know. Do we need more pens? I know I have some in my purse. Okay, Ashley. Or Britta, look at my purse. I know I have pens in the bottom of my purse. It's the black one. Yes, put today's date. Today's date is June 2nd, just in case anybody doesn't know. Today is June 2nd, and under that, I want you to write, I now know. And the other thing I want you guys to realize is the person who knows how will always work for the person who knows why. You can have all the education in the world, but if you don't have a strong why and a foundation of what you're doing and why you're doing it, you're going to always work for somebody else. And maybe that's fine for you. We're not criticizing that, but if that's what you want to do, that's great. But if it's not, get your why together. Why am I doing this? Because that will propel you to wherever you want to go.
Are we supposed to write that down?
No, not all that. No, I just want you to write today's date and I now know. So now you know about Arbonne. You can't 5 years from now say, I didn't know. You know what Arbonne is. You know what it can do for you. You know what it can do for your family. So it's I now know. And I have this book. We were talking about it earlier. I was talking with Britta earlier, The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson. And it really talks about how we lose our dreams, how we're all given dreams, but at some point we tend to lose those. And it's about a guy's name is Ordinary. And he lives in a town called Familiar. And he lives with a lot of nobodies. And so this is, what happens when you get into that hamster wheel of the corporate America. It's everything is ordinary, it's familiar, it's comfortable, and everybody's almost the same. And so Ordinary gets this, his dream starts to come back to him. And he says, and it says, the night before he left familiar, which is where his home is. Everything is familiar and it's comfortable, and you can do that inside and out with your eyes closed. Ordinary decided to use the long white feather to help him remember the truth. He pulled out a notebook and wrote "My Dream Journal" on the cover. He then dipped the quill in permanent ink and wrote on the first page. Okay, I really need my glasses now because I can't see. It says, "The dream giver gave me a big dream before I was even born. I just finally woke up to it. My dream is what I do best and what I most love to do. How could I have missed it for so long? I had to sacrifice and make big changes to pursue my dream, but it will be worth it. It makes me sad to think that so many nobodies are missing something so big." And when I first read this book, I thought, gosh, am I a nobody? No, I'm not a nobody, I'm somebody. But it just kind of reminds you of when you get comfortable in that day-to-day, but you know something's better, but that realistic, be real, that tends to tell you you can't do that. No, you have to, you got kids, you got a mortgage, you got to make sure the kids go to school. You don't have time for this. But it's really the opposite, because if you take a little bit of time to figure out what you want to do and why you want to do it, everything else will fall into place. The other thing I want you to do with your cards, I want you to put your name on it and write, who is writing my story? So if I'm talking to Tracy, Tracy, who is writing your story? That's right. If you are not, someone else will. And are you okay with that? If somebody else writes your story, is that what you want for yourself, for somebody else to write your story and tell you how everything is going to go for you, how your life will go, how it will end, how it will start, what you get to have, what you get not to have? And what scares me the most is to look at my family and tell them that they're not worth it. Because I know sometimes this business gets hard. I know sometimes we get tired of hearing no, and we what did I do wrong? Why did they say no? What did I not explain? But I look at, if I turn to my family, because they all know what I'm doing. There's no surprise. My husband is so Arbonne, it's not even funny. That if I were to turn to him and tell him, I'm quitting, because in a sense I'm telling him he's not worth it. And I know when he comes home from work, he's tired. He wanted to come tonight, but couldn't because, I'm sorry, I can't get off on time to get here. So those are the things that pull at my heart to tell me this is my why, because I'm not going to ever look at any of my babies and tell them they're not worth it, because they're worth every struggle that I ever have in this business. And I will do it over and over again, because that is what drives me to do what I do. And what is your deepest fear? What is your deepest fear? What scares you the most? What do you see 20 years from now that would be like, oh my God, if that happened, that would scare me to death? What is that for you? It's, the reality is, I have some friends that have told me no. And one of my friends, her husband just had a stroke recently. They didn't plan for that. And you don't plan for that. You don't know what's around the corner. I don't have a crystal ball, and neither one of us in this room do. If you knew that, then you'd be able to prepare for that, but you don't. So why not prepare now, so that when those things come along, you can just glide right through them, do what you need to do, and be okay with it. Now, the last thing I have here is a quote from Marianne Williamson. A lot of people have probably heard this, but they've heard it like with the Coach Carter movie. It was in one of her books, which I thought was really, really cool. It says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are all liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. Thank you very much.
was just showing Tim that's called May Cause Miracles. That from that book?
No, it's called, I'll have to look it up because I saw it earlier today. Because a lot of people quote it from that or said it's part of like Nelson Mandela's Groundworld teaching lessons. So I'm not looking. It's from one of her books.
Yeah, it was May Cause Miracles, and isn't that what it was? Well, what's the name of the book that was sitting out there now? Forget. I know, I'm reading it. Well, I have like 3 books going on at once. I always do that, but yes.
Yeah, it was based on the Course in Miracles,
Yeah.
but it was the title was something different.
May Cause Miracles.
Was it?
Yeah, I think that's
I just saw her in February.
in person. Awesome. Okay, well, we want to thank you guys for coming, and have a wonderful evening and a wonderful June. It's June 2nd, so there's so much time in this month to just go for it and make something happen. And yes.
I'd like to hear your perspective, Tiffany, why you think it's such a perfect time for the Genius and how it parallels the Genius Ultra, how it parallels the launch of the RE9. I know why, but I'd love to Tiffany.
Do you want me to come up there?
You can sit there.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Hello, box in the corner. Here's why. I can just look at the tracking numbers. I gotta think of what I can tell you. I'm on these leadership calls.
Is there anything on the market that somebody could buy like this?
No.
Okay.
So ultrasound technology and the way we've come up with this product is, it's unlike anything you have access to, and it works and people get results. That's what I'll tell you. So I could go science on you and I could, blow your mind and you will think that you have to know all those things in order to be successful in Arbonne. And so I do that with nothing. In fact, I do such simplistic stuff because simple duplicates. So what I want to tell you and what I want you guys sharing with everyone is, look, the Ultra works. You're going to get results. Go ahead and buy it and use it.
It's 3 years in the making. So obviously they put some time, they put effort into it. They didn't, like Arbonne does, and when they launch into new countries as well, they take so much time to really research it and know what they're doing. And I think, again, when RE9 came out, it was the same deal. It just changed the way skincare was looked at. Tanya and I have talked about this because you have used a device similar to this, but without, I don't know, that
This is better.
way better
way
with the
better.
products, because the products are so much better as well. So when you have those two, that's like this perfect storm that happens with the product and
People get results.
Mhm.
That's the
Yeah.
bottom line. Just tell people, and we can go through all of the song and dance, and we can explain it, and we can say why we love it, and we can take a lot of time. I just say, try it. You're going to get results. You tell me. I do very little talking with people. I just say, I love it. I just love it. And tell me what you think.
well, I had my
people
girlfriend
try it.
come over, I was telling you, and she came over, she was at my event and she came back over on Sunday because she was going on a date on Monday. She's like, I have got to use it. I have to use it. So she came in, she sat there for probably 20 minutes, literally. And then she went home and she's like, my boys are asking me what I'm doing different. And she messaged me the next day. She's like, I can't wait for mine. I need it now. I need it now.
Yeah.
So again, I didn't do anything. I just put the product in her hand,
Yeah.
and
So-
showed her.
Say less.
What I've heard from all the leaders that I've spoken to is that when RE9 happened, whether or not they wanted to stop, their businesses would have kept going,
Yes.
and how it exploded their businesses. And they're all saying the same thing about the Ultra.
Yeah.
And it hasn't even really hit widespread yet.
Right.
And I just was curious to hear your own perspective on business-wise, what you foresee happening.
So it's like a rocket, and all you got to do is hop on the rocket and buckle up and go. Hang on. There are times when you can join a company, and you want to join a company when it's in massive momentum and an upward tick. Okay, we're right here, like it just launched. You're right here, but this is going to be the tick. So do you want that? this is the time. This is exactly what happened. So I promoted to regional vice president in 7 months, and I didn't even have anyone doing this business with me until month 5 of my business, because I didn't talk about the business to people, so they didn't really know it existed. I was kind of, I don't know what I was doing, but I wasn't doing the business.
But most of us do.
Yeah, whatever.
For the first couple months,
I lived in Fogelsville, Pennsylvania. Maybe that's all I have to say. I wasn't around people. So, yeah, my son just finished chemotherapy treatment. I didn't know anybody. I didn't really want to have a business. I mean, I had all kinds of head trash and stuff going on. So, I just started telling people about the product, and I was selling so much product, and that was really actually like exploding my own personal business. But I really got a team when I started talking to people about the business. But the same thing happened. People tried the product. They said, this is smart. Look, everything is about, tangible results, right? So when people tried the product, loved the product, and I told them, oh, there's a golden business opportunity attached to this. You might want to do the business. It's actually our best product, in essence. Everybody said, well, I want to do that too. I want to know more about that. So I promoted region in 7 months. I was a national vice president a year after that, and I was in the $1 Million Club a year after that. So that's what can happen when you come into a business and you really work hard and you really go for it, but when you capture it on the uptick. So right now, come in, work hard, capture it on the uptick.
And we're going to Taiwan.
Yeah.
Hello, there's another huge
When you
uptick
couple
when you
global
think about it.
expansion with this, we weren't global when RE9 came out. We're global now, and we're going into Asian markets. And if you guys know anything about Asian markets, oh my goodness. And our industry in Asian markets, I mean, network marketing and our products, people love this.
Mm-hmm.
Asia is very touchy-feely. They want to see it. They want to know it. They love this. So Taiwan is our gateway market into the Asian markets. And pretty explosive stuff on the horizon. So this is why you want to really have your bases loaded. Load them big and strong, like triple them up. Because I'm telling you, you want to be a millionaire? Go. Right now. Go. Start. Go. Explode it. But you got to be hungry. No one is going to lay this opportunity in your lap and let it just sit there and you just it's not just going to happen. You have got to really want this business. But it's waiting for you. And it wants you. And it is going with or without you. So you decide if you're going to jump on the rocket and buckle up and go. Someone will if you won't. So just go ahead and get your spot now.
So I have a quick question. When are we getting ours? In June.
Did they give you the ship date yet? Did they tell you?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you knew the secret.
Well, I heard 16th, but that was 2 months ago. Leadership call I did, or a month ago, when it was at the beginning of this month. Don't know for sure if we have an update on that, but I heard the 16th initially. So
Latest I heard is end of June.
end of June.
No.
Yeah, so they could. What I think I heard was shipping on the 16th, so that would be end of June.
Okay.
But I have not heard an update, so I actually don't know. I just haven't gotten any word. So
I just really want.
Yeah, I know. I think we all do.
Coming to me.
Oh, you ordered 2?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, right.
Three.
I hope you all did. I hope you ordered 10.
Well,
Really, you're gonna sell it.
I need one to keep for myself. I can't let them all out.
Well,
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do is every time I sell one, if I have one like for special people, I'm gonna give it to them. Just keep the ball rolling. So I have
Truly,
stuff.
you guys buy 10. You could buy 10. You're gonna sell them because if you don't, you're gonna be on back ordered until after Christmas.
Yeah.
You will sell them.
Mhm.
It's cash money in your pocket, guaranteed. There's not a doubt in my.
Yeah.
I promise.
I don't know if she
I can't
stopped
promise you
recording.
much, but I can promise you that you
Probably.
will sell these things. Everybody wants this. They try it and they say, "Oh my gosh, how much?" I mean, you have. It's one of those things you have to have.
Well, it's a great deal too.
It's a great deal.
It is. Yeah. At this price point, it's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Speak to that, Tanya. Go there with us because you've tried a product, something kind of like this. But why is this better in your mind, and why?
Well, one thing I like about this is, I tried it one time and it made such a difference. I was kind of feeling down because my sister went and got some Breslin in her eye. We're doing this big family thing. I tried that under my eye one time with the RE9. It worked so well. It really and it worked for 2 days. My eyes felt great. And the price point is several years ago, I spent $400 and it was conductive. So it was actually training my muscle for this, I feel is so what Arbonne stands for, pure, and it's safe for your skin. And I felt the device I have was taken off the market. So I just feel really good using this and just getting, it just puts our creams, our eye cream and serums on steroids, basically. And so instead of, we already were getting results, but now it's like, we're getting results. Amazing. I'm so excited. So, yeah, this is going to make us all million.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, it's a business too. You have to have tools in order to run your business. So, yeah. Thanks, you guys, for coming. Awesome. Yay. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.